By way of introduction, for anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Kevin Heffernan. I'm the site leader for our facility, Jabil facility here in Bray. And just a little bit about our site. So our site's a 550 employee site with 24/7 operation, 355 days a year. We do quite a lot of molding here. We're manufacturers and manufacturing services provider to healthcare and pharmaceutical delivery companies. So we make finished medical devices and we mold and assemble a range of med device, drug delivery systems and diagnostic cartridges for the leading pharma med device companies around the world. 24/7 operation with about 65 molding machines and about 18 automated assembly lines. And we do ship product to distribution centers that then go on to hospitals. So it's a regulated environment, 13485 regulated environment. Just a little bit about our background, what we're going to cover here in this discussion. So I just wanted to explain why we engage with the program. Just talk a little bit about how we selected our candidate. And as Ronan said, just go through our experience with the program so far, and then the results of the benefits that we've derived from the program. If you have any questions as I go through, please feel free to raise your hand on the icon, and I'll try and do my best to address it. Yeah, go on ahead there, Trish. So why do we engage? Yeah, I was part of the consortium that got involved at the start with this program about four or 5 years ago. We worked closely with Athlone Institute of Technology, IBEC, First Polymer, and other stakeholders and a number of other companies who could see there was a need to be addressed, and that the apprenticeship program provided an opportunity to address that gap or that need that we had. A number of companies were finding it hard to recruit experienced polymer technologists, and there was a shortage really in the market, so more and more companies were training their own folks. And like ourselves here in Bray, we have been injection molding on site since the 1970s. So we had a lot of folks that developed the skill sets from operator through to taking on additional technical skills and being able to run an operation or run a molding machine operation, but maybe lacking some of the theoretical knowledge that they really needed. So we recognize as well that polymer processing is a key technical competency that we need to manage. We focus on a number of technical competencies. This is one of them, and it's key that we have a keen eye on how we manage that competency. We also wanted to make sure that we could find a process or a pathway where we could get consistency in how we develop these skills, and that's scalable, and that we could continuously use the same pathway or education process over a number of years. And that was another reason why we engaged. We were using First Polymer to do some courses, and that was very successful for us. But we were keen to identify a more consistent education pathway for our own folks that we have here on site. As part of our culture, we do want to grow our own people. We have a lot of people working here over quite a number of years. We hire a lot of operators, and then we try and develop those into new roles. So this is a good opportunity. We found that we were keen to get it back into the apprenticeship programs across the board. So we do have apprentice tool makers, electricians, fitters, and polymer engineering was another one that we were keen to get involved in, so that we could develop a pathway for our own people. We hire a lot of graduates every year. We probably hire 7 or 8 graduate engineers a year. But we do appreciate that not everybody goes formally through when they finish secondary school is ready for going straight to 3rd level. So we have a lot of very capable people that maybe didn't go straight to college, and we wanted to provide a pathway for them. And then, as I mentioned, we're a regulated industry, so it is very important that we've got formal certification of skills. So when we get audited by customers or by our regulatory bodies, that we can show clear certification of expertise and decision making. So they're kind of the key reasons why we did engage with the program. We had a clear need to develop a competency, a consistent pathway to develop a skill set that's scalable. We did want to develop our own people, and we wanted a formal certification process that stood up in front of regulatory bodies that audit us. If you want the next slide there, Trish. So selecting our candidate, our initial candidates, we were really focusing on our existing employees here. We weren't going down the route of looking for a Leaving Cert student or a post-junior cert student. We have a lot of folks here, probably about 15 folks that are kind of in these process molding roles, running our shifts and our machines on shift. Some of them are very, very experienced, some of them not so experienced, but none of them really had the certification that we were looking for, that consistent certification. We had a number that graduated from Athlone IT straight from secondary schools, went through the degree program there, and they were working out really well for us. But we had a number of other candidates, some other employees who hadn't any certification, but were doing the job. So we wanted to get them certified or provide an opportunity for them to get certified. And then we have since then migrated some folks straight in to the Polymer Apprenticeship that are existing operators. So we were picking from our own people. That's the approach we took. The costs are burdensome on the employer for this program, and Trish has probably gone through that around the grants that have since been introduced. But it is more expensive than going down the toolmaker apprenticeship route or the electrical apprenticeship route, where there is more support for the employer. So we definitely wanted to pick folks that I guess for us had the right attitude. We're kind of mature, so we know the state of the course, and we felt would complete out and benefit from the apprenticeship. We did introduce aptitude testing, so we're doing a range of numerical and mechanical competency tests for people that apply now for the apprenticeship, because we keep adding to the pool of apprentices. It was difficult for us to get our first candidate. We didn't have a reference, so folks were a little bit nervous when we approached them and asked them would they consider doing the apprenticeship. Some folks were worried about the maths. You know, some folks would even say they'd be worried that they'd let us down and they wouldn't be successful. So we identified one or two folks initially. We gave them all the support they needed, a strong mentorship on site, and you know, we're making it clear that there's no failure here. It's a journey, it's a learning, and you know, we wanted to work together to get some folks through the process and have some role models that we could show to others. And now we have that in place. We've had our first guy graduate, and we've got two more folks already on follow-on years. Okay, Trish, might go on again there. So our experience, so from the apprenticeship perspective, the apprentice, you know, we set up a very strong mentoring process. So our apprentices are mentored closely on site here. Before they go to Athlone, they're assigned a mentor, and the mentor works with them for a few months prior to commencing the program. You know, they are mentored by both the process molding mentor, but also by the technical manager. So we've got a very strong technical manager who covers mold tool engineering and injection molding. So he works closely with the apprentices as well and addresses any concern. And then obviously we liaise closely with the college, Ronan and his team, to address any issues of concern. So if there are any deficiencies coming up for the candidate, any areas where they need support, we'll support them along with Ronan, as Ronan said. So we haven't had any issues with any of our candidates so far. One or two needed a bit of extra support in some areas, and once that was flagged to us, we worked with the candidate to address those gaps. The syllabus and the course content, our experience is that it's very relevant. As I said, I was part of the consortium at the start with others, and we feel that it's very relevant to the technical need and to the theoretical concept development that the student needs to gain to be an effective polymer technologist. So we're very happy with the syllabus. We've had our input into the syllabus along with many other stakeholders, and we feel the syllabus matches the need. Our apprentices are on shift, so when they are back on site, they're on shift working with technical folks on site. So they're not on days. When they come back in, they're on shift and they're working and learning on the job, as well as doing the activities that Ronan mapped out there with respect to project work that needs to be done, and then the mentors then support them on shift as well. Go on ahead there, Trish. So the benefits of the results. So from an apprentice perspective, we've our first apprentice qualified in this program. We've two further apprentices since enrolled. You know, our apprentices are very satisfied with the program. They're delighted, you know, that they've been provided a career pathway and that they've now got a recognised qualification of good standing. And as individuals, they've grown and gained in confidence. So a lot of these folks would have been shop floor folks that, you know, may not have been comfortable stepping up and talking out in a group, but we can see that they've grown and they continue to grow, and it's great to see that growth within the person and see the person developing as well as gaining the skills that as a business we need. From a mentor perspective, our mentor Paul really is enjoying helping and supporting and growing others. So he sees it as a great opportunity. It's like teaching. It's a gift that he can give, and he gets more than he gives. That's what he says. So he's really enjoying the process as a mentor. Our business need is being met, so we really want to stick with this program. It's going to be our primary method to manage this competency, this skill set of polymer engineering, and it's a scalable program. So we can add students each year. So it's meeting our need, and it's developing the competency that we need on shift. It's also meeting our cultural systems needs. We do want to develop our own people. We want to have pathways as part of our culture where we can develop people. And as I say, we do hire graduates, and we do pay study support for about 30 people a year to go back to college part-time. But the apprenticeship is also an important development tool in our cultural tool set. So we want to engage with all the irrelevant apprenticeships. There is a clear industry need, and I know that Trish went through numbers yesterday showing, I think, that 47, I'm not sure how many companies you said have engaged, but 47 different students have gone through the program. I think most of us, I see Sean Nolan's on the call there and some others, we clearly have an industry need. And it's really important, I think, that all of us in industry try and engage with this program so we can give it all the momentum and support that it needs. It is important that we try and work to fill the slots every year so that the course is fully is full. And I guess from my perspective, I would ask anybody that's not engaged to consider engaging. If you have any questions or concerns, be quite happy to work with you, I'm sure. So with Ronan and AIT and Trish to address any of those concerns, but really keen to try and engage everybody in the industry that has a requirement for polymer technologists and polymer technicians to engage in the program so that it's a sustainable program and the industry in Ireland needs it.